Hey, gorgeous, it's Abiola. Okay, so what is emotional freedom technique? I received this question from a member of my tribe. She wanted to know, what is this emotional freedom technique that you keep talking about, Abiola? So I'm sharing this answer far and wide because I think that it could be helpful to a lot of people. So EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique, was developed by a man named Gary Craig in conjunction with a psychologist named Roger Callahan. And he had a series of tools called Thought Freedom Tools, and Emotional Freedom Technique came out of that work. Since then, this technique, which is something that, if you are a healing practitioner or a human being who has stuff that you want to heal, you have in your bag of tricks, say affirmations. Some people use acupuncture. Some people use hypnosis. Some people use running and health and fitness to feel better. It's a healing tool that can be done with a practitioner or by yourself. And part of the reason why it has taken off so much in the past few years is that it is something that you can do on your own, unlike hypnosis and some other procedures. But the really cool thing is that it works. And there is a proven record of EFT, or Emotional Freedom Technique, or EFT Tapping. It's known by all of those names, or just tapping, has been used now by MDs and psychotherapists as well as coaches in their practice. It works. It works not only to help to transform physical pain, people who are documented with having fibromyalgia, and which is, extremely painful, and other very, physically debilitating conditions, who've used EFT and 4 years later are still feeling pain-free, but also for mental and emotional pain. And that is how EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique, came into my life and ended up being a part of my bag of tricks as both a coach and as a human being. EFT for me has been very transformational in terms of my healing my anxiety. It has been nothing short of incredible, but like with everything else, you got to do it. So don't worry, I'm going to show you how to do it. I'm just giving you some background, which may be helpful for you. So I originally learned how to do it. There are all kinds of spiritual, new thought, new age, self-help teachers and practitioners, some who've moved on, like the late great Dr. Wayne Dyer and Louise Hay, to super coach Cheryl Richardson. And if you don't know the names of the people that I'm mentioning, Google them, YouTube them. They're amazing, who used EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique, in the past. And I learned about it through those gurus, and then took a couple of classes with Nick Ortner, who is widely credited with, being a part of, if you're part of my generation, part of our generation, in bringing forward this EFT technique far and wide. And along with his sister Jessica Ortner, they lead something called the Tapping Solution, which is a free EFT summit every year done through Hay House Publishing. And what's really cool is that Nick Ortner, one of the courses that I took with them was around EFT and abundance, healing your money issues. And so that's why in my money mindset reset course, I use a lot of EFT because it does have the power to transform. It does have the power to help and heal a lot of issues. Jessica Ortner, she uses EFT a lot publicly in her books and stuff around EFT and weight loss. And then, like I said, that there is all of this work now around, if you have chronic physical pain, using EFT to help to alleviate that. Like, how amazing is that? So basically, if you're still like, but Abiola, you haven't told us what it is. EFT tapping is literally tapping on meridian points throughout your body And so it's a combination, because while you're tapping, you're speaking certain statements. You're speaking words that you that reflect something, that an issue, a challenge, something that's top of the mind, that you're in agony over, you're in pain over, you're in mental or physical distress over. And what it really does is it helps to reprogram the triggers. We all have, response triggers. If we think about, if you are having money issues and you're a person that this is a money, a trigger for you, then you think about these money issues and you have a response, a negative response. And where do we feel stress? We feel stress in our bodies, right? We feel stress, in our bellies, in our backs, in our throats, in our shoulders. We feel stress at a number of different places throughout our bodies. And so it's therefore not surprising that a technique that works for emotional and mental stress would also work for physical stress. And so, what is that stress? It is limiting beliefs. It is, decisions that we made at some point in our lives when we were children, usually, that something was not safe. It's not safe to shine brighter than the other people. It's not safe to talk about money. It's not safe to not have money, or it's not safe to have money, right? Or it's not safe to love and be loved. It's not safe to show up for myself and be there for me. Whatever it is, we have these limiting beliefs that put into effect, we get triggered, and the amygdala, that ancient part of our brain, lights up like a bright light and says, whoa! And our fight or flight response comes in, right? But the thing is that you no longer need that in every situation. You're not fleeing lions and tigers and bears. Oh my, right? So that stress comes up and there's nowhere for it to go but to build stress and, tension throughout your body, throughout your mind, throughout your spirit, right? And so EFT tapping helps to eliminate that. So that's a bit of how it works. And the really cool thing, here's the cool thing for all of the skeptics in the room. Originally, people were talking about, the spiritual community talks about how this is, you're tapping and it's helping to relieve this energy through your chakras, right? Through the Meridian Points and your chakras. But the cool thing is that now science is catching up with spirituality. And so MDs are saying, whoa, okay. Some MDs do work directly with chakras, right? But some say, well, I don't know from chakras, but I do know that this works. And so let's get into it. Let's do a couple of rounds and I'll show you exactly what it is. All right. So we will tap around financial stress, the statement, I'm stressed about money, or money stresses me out. Now, when you're doing EFT yourself, you can start by just closing your eyes, taking a deep breath, and tap into whatever the issue is that you have, a top of the mind problem that you have, right? So whatever that is, you're going to give it a number between 1 and 10 of how activated it is in your body right now. So if it's a physical pain, how painful is this right now? 1 to 10. If it's an emotional, mental pain, how stressed am I about this? 1 to 10. How overwhelmed am I about this? 1 to 10. You give it a number and then you go through the tapping. And at the end, after the rounds, you can then assess yourself again. Where am I now? 1 to 10. And usually it is alleviated. And so you do it. It may not have alleviated completely, may have, but usually not, because these things have built up over years, right? You then can continue to do it over a number of days, months, weeks, years, whatever. It's like peeling an onion until you feel more and more clear. And as you clear one thing, another thing may pop up. So you may clear, I feel stressed about money. And then you may need to clear, I feel, stressed talking about money, or I feel stressed saving money, whatever it is. And you clear each of those blocks. So you're coming at it from each and every direction. Okay. So you start off with here, tapping here. And this is the karate chop point, right? And so when you're tapping this part of your body, you're usually saying the alignment statement is what I call it, or the setup statement, or you can call it the acceptance statement. So traditional EFT has you say, Even though whatever the issue is, even though I'm in chronic pain, I choose to love and accept myself. Or even though I'm in chronic pain, I love and accept myself. I usually, when I do it, I say either love, honor, and accept myself, because I find as women, those words love, honor, cherish, it means something to us in our energy, so love, honor, and accept myself, but you do it with what works for you. So even though I am stressed about money, I love, honor, and accept myself. Now, pause. Let me break this down for you, because a lot of us who have been doing spiritual work for a certain period of time feel terrified of stating anything that feels like it would be negative. But what you're doing here is that you're stating the truth for a short period of time just to clear it. Because oftentimes what happens is when we just jump into affirmation and we say, I love money, I'm feeling rich, I'm feeling abundant. Ooh, those high vibrating words, right? Sometimes our body, our mind, our spirit says to us, no, you're not. You don't feel good about money. What are you talking about? You're a liar, And so the beautiful thing is that EFT addresses that. It goes right into it and helps us clear it. So even though I'm stressed about money, I choose to love, honor, and accept myself. So you would just keep repeating that, and you would tap it here on this point. Even though I'm stressed about money, I choose to love, honor, and accept myself. Like, how good does that feel, right? And then you go through all of the different tapping points, moving yourself from the stress into a place of satisfaction, a place of less stress. So, let me just show you what the Meridian Points would be. So the Meridian Points, and if you go to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Planet Abiola, and just type in EFT or just Google EFT and Abiola, lots of different videos will come up about feeling overwhelmed, EFT for procrastination, EFT for, anxiety, EFT for stress, EFT for all kinds of different things. Because like I said, this is a tool that you can use throughout your life to clear all kinds of limiting beliefs, stresses, overwhelms. Okay. So you start with, there's this point here. Well, let me just show you two things. Traditional EFT has you do these 2 points on the eyebrow, right? I usually either do it one here, or it move like here to the third eye, which is what I like to work with. But you can tap here in the inner points of your eyebrow, either one or two. EFT faster technique says do two, so I always do two. So it's eyebrow points, then sides of the eyes, little sockets here, right? Then under the eyes, under the nose, the chin, under the collarbones, bra strap point, and back to the top of the head. And that's usually a full round of EFT. So while you are doing the tapping, you're talking yourself through the situation. So continuing with what we were working with today. So if it's, even though I'm stressed about money, I choose to love, honor, and accept myself. So you would keep on tapping and do that. Then you would go into the rounds. So you would do, I'm stressed about money. Right? And you would start to speak on whatever your issue is. I am so stressed about money. And you can just speak it out the same way, like you would speak it to your friend, your spouse, your partner, your whoever, right? Money is agonizing for me, whatever your issue is. I don't know, so you speak the words that mean something to you. I don't know what I'm going to do this month. The kids started back to school. They need new books. They need new clothes. They need new whatever. So you would tap through whatever the statements are. Or if you're doing a guided EFT, which I often find to be easiest, like I said, I have a ton of them you can find either on my site or YouTube or Google. You just repeat and tap, and it is incredibly clearing. So like I said, this process has been very healing for me for anxiety, and I just wanted to just come on and just show you exactly what it is. All right, so let me do a full on not a full on EFT, but a couple of rounds just so that you could get it. All right, so I'm overwhelmed. Even though I'm overwhelmed about money, I love, honor, and accept myself. Even though money is stressing me out, I love, honor, and cherish myself. This money stress, This money stress is getting to me. I don't know what I'm going to do. At times, it feels overwhelming. At times, it feels so stressful. This money stress. I feel like I'm the only one that's dealing with this. Why am I still dealing with this? I thought that I was over this. I thought that I was past this. This money stress. I don't know what to do. I hate dealing with the bill collectors. I hate talking about money. I'm embarrassed to talk about money. I bet people would be shocked to know how stressed I was about money. Money right now is not my friend. Money feels like it's not my friend. But if I think about it, I am grateful. I'm grateful that I have food on the table. I'm grateful that my loved ones are fed. I'm grateful that I'm watching this video. I'm grateful that money has always been there for me. I'm grateful that I do feel taken care of. I'm grateful that I do feel abundant. I figured it out before, and I can figure it out again. I figured it out before, and so I can figure it out again. It's an abundant universe. It's an abundant life. I'm an abundant woman. Life loves me. I love me. Money loves me. I love money, and money loves me. I choose to allow abundance into my life. I am now easily allowing abundance into my life. I am now welcoming abundance into my life. So you would go through all of that, take a deep breath, and you would rate how you feel shifted from beginning to end. Now, that was an abbreviated version, so I made a quantum leap there. So if it felt to you like, oh, wait, I wasn't there yet, it's because I was doing an abbreviated version just for demonstration purposes. Okay? So this video actually should be linked to a bunch of my EFT videos. So start tapping, stop stressing and start tapping. Start moving into a place where you know that it is safe to be you. You are safe, and it is safe to be safe. All right, my love. Be seen, be heard, be a movement. Namaste. Yay for emotional freedom technique.